I have to think about it. The biggest objection we hear in any business. But what does it mean and how do we overcome it? When you hear the I have to think about it objection, it normally happens for one of two reasons. The first one being they don't trust you yet. And the second one being there's something underlying. There's an underlying objection that needs to be discussed. And when we speak about objections, there's only normally a couple of objections that you need to know how to master. It doesn't matter what business you're in, they're always the same. The first one is price. I can't afford it. It's not in my budget. The second one is time. I have to check my calendar. I have to check my schedule. The third one is commitment. And that normally comes because perhaps they've been burnt in a contract before and now they're a little bit unsure to enter into a contract with you. The other two types of objections are what we call stalls. The first one being, I have to speak to my partner. Normally, this is not a real objection and we call it a stall because they're just unsure and they're trying to get out of this conversation so they can make their mind up later. The second one is the one we're discussing. The second stall is, I have to think about it. So how do you overcome it? Well, the simplest and easiest way is simply to ask the question, what is it you need to think about? But I know for some of you that might seem a little bit confronting and a little bit abrupt. So perhaps something like this would work for you. Look, I know that there's a lot of information here. Of course, there's a lot to think about. But if there was just one thing specifically that's causing you a little bit of indecision, that's causing you doubt on whether or not you want to go ahead, what would that be? Now, when you ask that question, they're always going to come back with one of those objections I said before. I need to speak to my partner, which is the stall. I'm not sure if it fits in with my schedule, which is the time. I don't know if it fits in my budget, or I don't really want to enter into another contract. Once you know what that objection is, now you can have a conversation with the person to try to negotiate and come up with a solution that works for you and works for them. Your patients will feel heard and your case acceptance will go through the roof if you master this negotiation technique. If you want to know how to overcome the objections of price, time, commitment, and also how to master overcoming the stalls that we've just spoken about, then on April 19th on the Gold Coast, I'm hosting an event called Sales Mastery for Dental. Now, this isn't just for practice owners, although practice owners will get a lot of benefit from being there. This is for dentists, treatment coordinators, front of house. And if you bring your entire team, you'll understand the sales process starts right at the beginning with the first point of contact, all the way through to when that transaction is placed. If you bring your team along, you'll learn sales strategies, you'll learn scripting, how to overcome these objections. And I promise you, I've been doing this for 13 years now, training people in sales all over the world. And this will be one event that you have not experienced before. It's interactive, it's engaging, it's exciting, and most of all, we have a lot of fun. Tickets are only $297, and if you click the link in the description right now, you can grab yours, but hurry because tickets are selling fast. Hopefully, I see you on April 19th on the Gold Coast.